Hi, I'm Carmichael Glacier, and I'm here with,
Eli Sinkowski.
and we're going to be talking to you about football, and even more football. Eli, let's start with the NFL playoffs. How about we talk about the Lions winning their first playoff game since
First playoff game since 1991. Yeah, I thought that was really cool how the Lions pulled off that win against the Rams. And even with the incredible Puka Nacua on the Rams, making the most rookie passing yards ever. And I just thought that was amazing for the Rams, and they had a great year. But the Lions also had a great year. And they still are because they're in the NFC Championship right now.
Now let's talk about Matthew Stafford on his return to Detroit. I'm a fan of Matthew Stafford.
Mm-hmm.
I like him. I don't hate him. I don't hate him like some other quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers. But I think when he shouldn't get booed he tried his best at Detroit, but he shouldn't get booed.
Yeah, I don't think he should have got booed either because he also drove the Lions to the playoffs too, but they didn't win then. But he still drove the Lions to the playoffs, and he was doing great with Kelvin Johnson and all those powerhouse players, and then when he said hi to Kelvin Johnson, they all booed him, and that wasn't respectful to him because with his time that he's put in with Detroit.
Now let's go to the Cowboys bust against the Packers. I thought the Packers were going to lose the very first round, and it was going to be the Dallas versus the Niners rematch. But the Packers just brought the intensity and beat the Cowboys. What's your thoughts on that, Eli?
Yeah, I thought the Green Bay Packers did a great job. Whatever his name is, Love, he had a great game Aaron Jones had a great game too, and they just were destroying the Cowboys bit from bit.
Then let's talk about the Texans' big win against the Browns. So, the Browns have been a little lesser-known team, but with Deshaun Watson out and Joe Flacco straight off the couch, I think they had a lesser chance of winning the game, but I still thought they had a chance to win it instead of just eliminating it.
Yeah, I thought they had a chance to win the game too, but it was just they played a great season, but then that game they kind of just sold the game.
And let's talk about a possible Rookie of the Year on the Texans, C.J. Stroud. How good of a quarterback has he been this year?
Oh, he's been really great. When he joined the Texans, the team just got so much better. They got into the playoffs, and last season they were the worst team in the NFL. And going to one of the best teams in the NFL by going into the playoffs is great from C.J. Stroud.
Although he lost divisional round to the Ravens, they still put up a fight, making it 10-10 at halftime, but then they sadly lost it in the second half.
Yeah, I thought they played great in the first half, and then in the second half they just lost their mobility and lost confidence.
Now, the Bucks shoot down the Eagles' chances of winning. I'm an Eagles fan. I love it. I love Jason Kelce. I love all of that. But when the Bucks beat the Eagles, I thought going into that, Jason Kelce isn't going to retire. But we're going to talk to you that later, guys. Let's just talk about the game, Eli.
Yeah, I thought the game was great by the Bucks. Baker Mayfield had a big game, and all those other players. Chris Godwin had a great game. Mike Evans did, and the Bucks just pulled the win together.
Yeah, the Eagles were the first 11 weeks were 10-1, but then the last 5-6 games they were 1-6. And I thought that was just
embarrassing.
Embarrassing, basically. Now, let's stop talking about the playoffs, but more about the merging of probably the two biggest spring leagues in America merging.
Yeah, I think it's really cool how the USFL and the XFL are forming the UFL. and that's just going to be a great battle. And for the first game of the season, it's going to be the championship winner of the USFL and the XFL are going to battle each other for the first time in the UFL.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty cool. I honestly think the UFL is going to be the next NFL, if not better.
Yeah, I think when, it's in the spring, right? But that's when the NFL isn't. But it's going to be great for the players in the UFL to have a great chance to, go into the NFL to show their great season that they've had in there.
Because although it isn't, college or high school and there's, college scouts, NFL scouts, there's still going to be, coaches and scouts going to these UFL games.
Yeah, there's going to be, NFL coaching scouts just going to watch the UFL games, and they're going to watch the players that they could draft into the NFL next year.
Now, let's talk about a retirement of the player, Jason Kelce. What are your thoughts about that, Eli?
I think Jason Kelce was a great player, great center. He played for the Eagles a long, long time, and he was just great from the start.
Yes, I'm a diehard Kelce fan. And I think that he should not retire on a loss because it's just when you retire on a loss, it carries with you on and on and on. But if you retire on a win, you ended your career doing something that you love. And here's a fun fact about Jason Kelce. He was drafted when Andy Reid was the head coach of the Eagles, and then he eventually played Andy Reid and his brother in a Super Bowl last year. Now let's talk about NFL rankings. There's going to be QB, running back, wide receiver, and then tight end. Starting with number 1, Patrick Mahomes. That was obviously intended. Josh Allen. I didn't really know he was going to be this high up on the list.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts at number 3. Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that. Just Justin Herbert at number 4.
I think he should be lower.
I think he should be lower too. Although he did have a pretty good season with the Chargers, I think some of the other people below him should have been up this list. At number 5, we have Joe Burrow.
I feel like he should be on the bottom of the list because he did not even play the season. He just didn't even play, and I don't know why he's number 5.
And the Bengals actually covered his wrist injury and didn't put him on the injury list. Number 6, like we were talking about earlier, C.J. Stroud. I think that's reasonable for a rookie being in the top 10. Now, these next few are really going to shake your brain. Number 7, Lamar Jackson. I think he should switch places with
Josh
Joe Burrow.
Allen. Yeah, Josh Allen or Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow, yeah.
Yeah. Jordan Love, the QB for Green Bay. I kind of think you should be there.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua Tagovailoa.
That's a pretty good ranking for him at number 9. Anthony Richardson. You haven't really heard a lot of him, but I want to put him at number 10.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott, number 11. What do you think?
I mean, I feel like he should be lower.
Should be lower because he didn't have the best season this season.
No.
Now, this one is going to, amaze you guys. Brock Purdy at number 12.
I feel like he should be higher in the list.
Yeah, for sure. Because you'll never guess who the next 2 below him are. At number 13, Trevor Lawrence. You realize
I think he should be really lower.
Yeah, because after, season 6, you never heard of the Jaguars or Trevor Lawrence at all, really.
Yeah.
Justin Fields. That's another team you haven't really heard of this season. And Kyler Murray at number 15. Didn't he get injured at the beginning of the season, Eli?
Yeah, he did get injured. And it was just a mayhem.
I feel like all Lions fans are going to argue against this, but number 16, Jared Goff. Don't you think he should be higher if some other QBs are above him?
Yeah, I feel like he should be way higher than Joe Burrow, and maybe even he's definitely higher than Jordan Love and
Yeah.
yeah.
Number 17, Kirk Cousins. He, although with an ACL tear, he's still in the top 20.
Yeah.
Number 18, Deshaun Watson. What do you think about that, Eli?
I feel like he should be lower in the list because he didn't even play like the whole season.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I was saying they had Joe Flacco straight off the couch playing. Daniel Jones at 19.
I feel like he should be lower too because
Yeah.
he barely even played this season either.
Although I think he played all season, but
I know he got hurt, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure he got
Yeah.
hurt for like a couple games.
yeah, but Daniel Jones is a bad quarterback.
I feel like that too. I feel like he just hasn't been working for the Giants.
Number 20, Matthew Stafford. What do you think about that, Eli?
I don't agree with that. I think Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff should be higher because Matthew Stafford had a great year with the Rams and Jared Goff had a great year with the Lions too, and they were just both really great.
Will Levis at number 22. What do you think about that? I
don't know. I think I don't know. I think I agree with that spot.
Yeah. Baker Mayfield, like we were talking about earlier, at number 23.
Yeah. But yeah, Baker Mayfield at number 23. I think he should be higher too because he also had a great year.
Bryce Young at number 24. What do you think about that?
I agree with that. Bryce Young went the Carolina Panthers. He just did not go with the Carolina Panthers, I thought.
He was probably one of the biggest rookie busts of all time.
Yeah.
And to end this list off at number 25, we have Geno Smith. What do you think about that? I kind of think that he's at like the perfect spot. He's not the best quarterback, but he's not the worst.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Now we are going to move on to running backs. Number 1, the rookie Bijan Robinson from Atlanta. What do you think about that?
I think that's the perfect place to put him. He had a
for
great
sure.
year.
Brees Hall, for the New York Jets. He had a pretty good year, I would say.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good year. But that's a good spot, but I think he should be a little, like maybe a little back.
Yeah. Number 3, Christian McCaffrey. What do you think about that?
I think CMC should have been higher than
For sure.
Brees or whatever.
Now, from Detroit at number 4, Jahmyr Gibbs. I think he's at the perfect spot.
Yeah,
to me,
I think
to be
too.
fair. He's had a great season, and the Lions have just turned around their losing record.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor for Indianapolis. Yeah, I would keep him at number 5. Devon Achane. Yeah, I think he's pretty good right there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't argue with actually almost all of these. Travis Etienne. From Jacksonville, another Jacksonville one pretty higher up. I would keep him.
Mm-hmm.
Saquon Barkley. I honestly would move him up a little more.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the better running backs in the league. DeAndre Swift. Kenneth Walker, number 10. I would keep Kenneth Walker there.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker III came from Michigan State last season, and he has just been doing great things for the Seahawks.
Then, number 12, Javonte Williams.
Yeah.
Number 13, Josh Jacobs.
I think he should be a little higher,
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs.
Ty Spears.
Yeah. Alvin Kamara, I think he should be a little higher too.
Yeah. Now we're moving on to wide receiver. Number 1, Justin Jefferson.
I don't agree with that. I'm sorry, Justin Jefferson fans. I just don't agree with that because he didn't even play most of the season.
Yeah.
And I don't get why he's number 1.
CeeDee Lamb at number 2. I
agree with that.
would keep him there. Although he did have an injury a few weeks ago, I would keep him there. Jamar Chase. I honestly might put him
I think I would put him lower
6 or 5 maybe, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't put him at 3.
because I didn't really hear his name this season.
Yeah.
Though.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I feel like Amon-Ra St. Brown should be the number 1 guy.
Because he did have an amazing season, like we've been saying with all these Detroit players. A.J. Brown from Philadelphia. I think he had a good season, but just towards the end, Philadelphia just screwed it up. Garrett Wilson from the New York Jets.
I think I agree with that. He had a great year
Yeah. Jalen Waddle.
with the Dolphins. I think he also had a good year too.
I think he should be a little higher up.
Yeah, me too. I think he should pass Garrett Wilson.
Devontae Smith at number 8. Again, I think he should be a little higher up, 7 or 6,
Yeah.
because he had a great season.
Yeah.
Michael Pittman Jr. What do you think about that?
I think he should be lower.
Yeah, I do too. Then at number 10, rounding us off, DJ Moore. What do you think about that?
DJ Moore from Chicago has been doing great things for Chicago this year.
Here are some honorable mentions. Number 12, we have Tyreek Hill. Number 13, Puka Nacua. Number 16, Brandon Ayuk. And then finally, rounding us off with the honorable mentions, DK Metcalf.
At number 18.
Finally, we are rounding this podcast episode off with tight ends. At number 1, Sam Laporta. I think I will totally agree with this.
Yeah, I totally agree with this too. Sam Laporta, possibly Rookie of the Year, has been a great tight end for the Lions, helping them to the NFC Championship, what place they're in right now.
TJ Hawkinson. I also think he should be right there. He also had a great season.
Mhm.
Dalton Kincaid. I would keep him there.
Yeah, me too. I would keep him there.
If any changes were made, I would put him at 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Trey McBride.
I think he should be number 7, maybe.
Yeah. Because he's at number 4.
Yeah.
Mark Andrews from Baltimore.
I think Mark Andrews should be number 4
Yeah.
instead of Trey McBride.
Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts should be number 6. He
Yeah.
was a great tight end this season.
David Njoku. I think he should stay there.
Yeah, I
he's
think he
had a
should stay
great
there, too.
season, but he's not the best.
Mhm.
Number 8, Cole Kmet.
I think Cole Kmet should be more out there.
Yeah, for sure. George Kittle at number 9.
I think George Kittle should be more up there too. He's had a great season.
Yeah, carrying the Niners to an NFC championship. Number 10, Taylor Swift's boyfriend, Travis Kelce.
I think he should be lower. I'm sorry. I think he should be lower.
Sorry, all the Swifties. He should be lower than 50. He should be lower than 10, like 15, 16.
Yeah, because I don't like how every time they get out of a drive, he just throws his helmet down, and when they don't do good, he just throws his helmet down. It's just bad sportsmanship.
And Travis Kelce has had a few drops this season.
Yeah.
Now, honorable mentions. At number 11, Dallas Goedert.
Dallas Goedert was a great tight end for Philadelphia.
Number 13, Jake Ferguson. What do you think?
I think Jake Ferguson was good for Dallas and helped them.
Yeah. So this has been Carmichael Glazier here with
Eli Sinkowski.
and we're the O-Line Bros.